Good morning everybody, welcome to another video. It's just about 9 AM now. Catch up with me next to lovely misty River Wye. Misty morning this morning. My plan for today is to do some trotting. Do love doing some trotting, do love getting that float moving along with the current, and yeah, just fancied that today. River conditions look pretty good, and we've got about 3 foot of visibility, something like that. It's up but not too far up. It's a nice pace on the water. Come to a club stretch here. I may fish here all day, I may move swims, I may move stretches, who knows. We just have to suck it and see. I've never fished this stretch before. Baits I've got with me, I've got some maggots and some small cubes of luncheon meat, and that's it. I'm going to keep it nice and simple today, just so we can catch some fish, get that float going under. Now, talking of floats, what I've got is my Cadence CR10. That's not float, is it? I've got my Cadence CR10 14 foot match number 2 rod there, because not sure what we might catch today. A bit of everything really. I mean, there's outside chance of a barbel. We'll probably catch some chub, dace, roach, and really what I would love to catch is a grayling. I've never caught a grayling before, and there are some in these stretches, so that's one of the things certainly I'll be concentrating on this winter. I think I do fancy having a go for a grayling. Now, as you probably saw as well, I've got on there my Garcia 506 Mark II close face reel. I absolutely love a close face reel for trotting, and as you've seen, if you've seen any of the previous videos, these things are remarkably robust. I've landed plenty of barbel on this. So they do certainly do a job. Now back to floats. I've got set up on here a Drake domed top stick float, as you can see there. I'll get the rod out of the way. This is a 5 AAA. I think what I'm going to do is change that out. Do with me. I think we'll either go, just with sensitivity in mind, we'll go for perhaps a semi-domed, same weight, perhaps a semi-domed there, or even perhaps a very small tip there. We'll just have to suck it and see really. Depends what baits we're using, whether I can see it, excuse the clanging of the gate up there, how well I can see this in the current, and what size baits we're using. But I think we'll go with a 5 AAA semi-dome topped. It'll be a little bit more sensitive, slightly less easy to see, but we'll be all right in here. We've got a lovely run through. If I spin you around, hopefully the sun stays in. It was supposed to be overcast today. Hopefully the sun will stay in, but we've got a lovely run down here. Slack on the inside of me from this tree that's here. The flow is actually on this side though, about a third of the way out, and we've got just a nice trot down there. Right, I think I'm going to get this float changed over and we'll have a crack. So here we go. We'll start off, I think, on maggot. Just see what happens, see if we get some bites. If we're getting lots of little fish, we can switch over to meat. I'm just going to slowly inch the float deeper until I start dragging bottom. Certainly not dragging bottom there. A little bit deeper. Well, it's a lovely run through. So I haven't had a bite or anything yet. Hope you can see all right. That sun is a bit of a problem. Well, I've just got a bite right down the bottom of the swing. Got past this tree fairly quickly. Just half decent fish. Ah, pulled out. Well, that was quite a long way down the swim. First bite I've had. It's a shame. Very, very deep in the arm, fishing at least 10 foot deep. I'd say first bite. I've run the float past the tree down there, and I was a bit concerned if it was a chub that I'm trying to make for those snags I've brought in past. Trying to give it a bit of welly to get it past that tree. It's a bit silly, really. Try. Wrong again. What's the moment? Whoa! I think we have got a trout looking at that, or a salmon. Jeez. I don't know if you saw that on the camera, so it's just absolutely taken to the air. Well, this is not the plan. Well, that was a bit weird. Unless that was a pike trying to attack whatever I've got on here. No, it wasn't. Another trout. Well, that wasn't top of the list. So guys, as I said, wasn't top of the list, but we'll have a quick look at him before we get him back. I don't want to keep him out for long. He's very lively, but he's very, very beautiful. It's about that. Very beautiful indeed. Wonderful stuff. Right, I'm not going to keep him out. Let's get him back in. I've done him a favour as well, because not only do you have my hook in him, you had someone else's as well. So I've got that out for him. Smash someone else up. Right, I think he's ready. Thank you very much. Well, that was a nice surprise. So guys, not a lot going on there, and the sun is an absolute pain fishing here, and as I say, nothing going on, so I'm going to have a move. We're going to have an explore a bit further up. We may go to a different stretch. We're going to have a look. So guys, what happened next I didn't manage to catch on film, but I managed to slip down the bank. Now I say slip down the bank, what actually happened was I was trying to climb up the bank, and those of you who fish the Wye will know the banks are like that and can be very, very slippery and treacherous. What I was actually doing was walking up the bank sideways, digging the sides of my feet in. What happened was, as I was going up the bank, I managed to get into a position where my left foot was stuck, my right foot was slipping down the bank, my legs went like that, and as they went like that, my left knee folded inwards. There was a loud crack, and followed by quite a lot of pain. Went off after a couple of minutes, and being a bloke, as you do, you go, be all right. so I carried on. Went for a bit of a rove around. Thought, I'll be all right, I'll walk it off, it'll be all right. So I had a walk around for a few hours, a couple of hours, looked at some other stretches, some other bits of the river, then decided to get back on with the fishing. Now, by this time, I was in quite a lot of pain. My knee had blown up like a balloon, but I only had a few hours left, so I thought, oh, we'll just get on with it, we'll do a bit more fishing. So I carried on a different stretch, as you'll see in a second, and with my knee rather swollen and in rather a lot of pain, so that's why my demeanour is probably not as jolly as it usually is. I've since found out that I've been to the GP. It's about a week and a half later now. I've been to the GP, who's had a good pull and prod of my knee, and when she poked in exactly the wrong place, I went up on the ceiling. But she's told me I've done the ligaments on the inside of my knee. My cruciate and stuff is fine. It's the ones on the inside that I've done, stretched them or ruptured them or whatever. I don't really know. But basically, she said it needs time to heal. Go rest. Get yourself better. I couldn't walk for about a week. I was hopping around, but as I say, about a week and a half, getting on for 2 weeks later now, and I'm on the mend. I've managed to go fishing once since then, and you'll see that video after this one. But yeah, cold weather is here, as you can see behind me. But I just thought I'd put you into the picture as to what's happened and why I'm not quite my usual jolly self in the next bit. I was in quite a lot of pain. To be honest, I didn't realise quite how bad it was till I got back into my car to get home. When I was moving my knee forwards and backwards, it was fine. But to get into the car, my knee sort of jarred sideways and pain. Anyway, as I say, I am on the mend. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. So I've spent the last couple of hours exploring, really, to be honest, looking at different bits of different stretches and different swims, and I'm wet a line for probably 2 hours. However, I've come to a nice little section here. There's a few other anglers here, so I'm not going to speak too loudly. It looks a nice spot to do a bit of trotting. I spoke to a couple of guys who are feeder fishing or ledgering, and they're doing very well at all. I spoke to one guy who is doing a bit of stickboat fishing, and he said there's a few nice roach. So I thought, well, I'll do me. There's a few nice roach about. He did say they were being very cautious, so we may have to find down our tackle. But we'll have a go for now. As I say, I'm just happy to catch some fish, to be honest. Do a bit of an explore for the rest of the day too. Catch a few fish if we can. So, put a little bit of ground bait in, not too much. We'll deepen off, because I think it's probably about 10 foot deep in here. We'll deepen off, we'll get on the maggots and see if we can pull anything out. Once again, it's first time I've set eyes on this particular stretch, so who knows what we're going to find. Just a nice current pulling through there. We'll give it an hour anyway in this swim, see how we get on. Keep the feed going in. Well, just changed floats and bite straight away. Changed floats to a much finer tip. Finer tip means it'll be more sensitive. There we go, finally had a proper bite. Looks like a roach. we are. I'll set off for that as my first ever roach from the Y. Fantastic. Now I don't have a keep net today, as is usual for me, so hopefully we're not going to scare them all off by putting them back. Oh, we're in. Long way down. Long way down. Very big. You can lift that one just about. A lovely roach. Well, it's hard going, as predicted. But yeah, we're having a few. Well, definitely shouldered dace sitting down by that tree just below me. Very, very rapid bites. This is a better fish. Certainly pulling back to a certain extent. You can see, right? Ah, it's a perch. There we are. Little perch. Get it there actually, just about. Well, certainly not tearing up any trees, but we're having a few. Well, stamp of fish, and when we're not catching dace. But it's really not prolific at all. I bite about every 20 minutes, something like that. It's really not great fishing at all. Well, getting a few bites now. A few nicer roach. Very lively roach. There we are. Sort of feel like we're getting somewhere now. Just a few bites. Well, it's took, as I say, a good hour I would think, but maybe even longer than that, perhaps an hour and a half. I might have lost track of time. But we're starting finally to get a few bites going. Double red seems to be the way to go. Tried casters and maggots of different colours and stuff, but double red does definitely seem to be the bait. Oh, this is a fish. Not sure what, but it feels a reasonable fish. Nice. Ah, perch again, fooling us. Wow, I thought that was a nice roach then. There we are. Wonderful stuff. Well, we're getting a little metaphorical net full of fish together now. Certainly not what you call easy though, I have to say. I'm talking to other people and people who are passing. Everyone's finding it the same. So it's fishing hard. Chatting to a guy who's subscribes to the channel actually, and he was saying it was very, very difficult yesterday. He was barbel fishing yesterday, didn't have anything at all. Decided to do a bit of pike fishing today. But yeah, from everyone I speak to, or most people I've spoken to, it's really fishing hard at the moment. I don't really think it's the clarity of the water, to be honest. Well guys, it's gone very, very quiet here, so I'm going to call it a day. It's starting to get dark now. It's about 3:15, I think, so I'm going to call it a day at that. But yeah, not prolific session, but certainly productive. Had a few nice roach, got a perch, and of course that trout this morning. And I've done a bit of exploring on a couple of new stretches as well on my club ticket. So yeah, good day's work, I think, all in all. So all there is left to do, so thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support, and I'll see you all again very soon.